Hello guys, it is Game Theories here, and we have some very big and exciting Disney news. The Disney investor update with returning CEO Bob Iger last night showed some rather troubling news for the Disney company, where under the old CEO Bob Chapek, some catastrophic moments had been happening at the company. With Disney Plus losing 2.4 million subscribers in the first quarter of 2023 alone, and with many of the new Disney films being released just not hitting expected box office numbers, it has meant Disney is having to return to the films they know will make big money. And whether you like it or not, that means we're getting lots and lots of sequels. And we had 3 massive ones announced that are coming out likely in 2025. Let's get into it, but before we go any further, please make sure that you click that red subscribe button down below and have your notifications turned on so that you get notified every time we make any brand new Disney videos. The first big one, with no surprise, is Frozen 3. I'm pretty sure we all knew this one was coming eventually. The highest grossing animated film of all time was Frozen, with $1.29 billion at the box office, and the only film that managed to ever overtake it was Frozen 2 with $1.45 billion, and that's just for the movies. That's not equating for the millions of dollars in merchandising, song listing, musicals, Disneyland trips, and just general Disney Plus subscribers the Frozen franchise has brought in. If Disney wants money, they can be assured that Frozen is the way to get it. And with Kristen Bell and Idina Menzel stating in many interviews now that they would love to return for a Frozen 3.
Frozen 3.
Wow! And Josh Gad continuously doing the Olaf spin-off adventures, it was always going to be the most obvious thing that Frozen 3 was coming. But not only that, Disney wants to make a lot of money, and they know the franchises are the way. So Frozen 3, but also 4, 5, 6, who knows how many.
There'll be a Frozen 4 and 5.
Wow, my gosh! But what could Frozen 3 be about? Well, I've said this for years now, and I will say it again. It's time for Anna to get the powers she has always deserved. Fire powers. I made a video 6 years ago now on the channel of Anna getting fire powers, and if you want to see a really bad made video, then you can go and check it out. Link will be in the description down below. Frozen 2, of course, ended with Elsa being the 5th spirit, and therefore leaving Arendelle to stay with the Nostalgia people, and Anna becoming the Queen of Arendelle. I think it's safe to say that the movie is going to be the sisters teaming up once again to face a new threat against Arendelle. Whether Elsa is in danger, so Anna and the others go and try and save her, or whether Arendelle is in danger and Elsa returns, either way, I think it's safe to say we're going to see a lot more Frozen lore in Frozen 3, as that's exactly what Frozen 2 did. Whether this means Anna getting fire powers, or we learn more about the origins of the 5th spirit, who knows. And the thing I'm most excited for is, of course, the music, because nothing beats a good Let It Go and Show Yourself sing-off. The next Disney sequel announced is a sequel to the beloved Zootropolis or Zootopia franchise, depending on where you are in the world. This sequel has been long awaiting for, and it's about time we had a sequel for Judy Hopps and Nick Wilde. Zootropolis, at the time of it being released, was the only other Walt Disney Animation Studios film with any stretch near Frozen, earning just over $1 billion at the box office. And none of Disney's works ever since have really ever gotten that high. Raya and the Last Dragon was released during the pandemic, so was only on Disney Plus, and not many have even heard of that film, even though it is so underrated. Honestly, if you haven't seen it, go check it out. It's a great film. Encanto was a massive success, but only after the film had came out and was on Disney Plus. In cinemas, it only managed to bring in $256.8 million, which, when you think about how big it is now, with We Don't Talk About Bruno being the only song to ever replace Let It Go in the charts, it's such a shame. And then, of course, we had Strange World, which I really liked, but I wouldn't blame any of you if you hadn't even heard of it. So Zootropolis was their last big hit, and of course they want to add it on further. And we saw this already with the Zootropolis Plus shorts on Disney Plus. If you want to find out any more about that, I will link a video down below. Zootropolis Plus might have been Disney looking at how successful that is just before they gave the sequel the green light. And I think it's safe to say we're going to see Nick and Judy face their big biggest crime case yet. And with the themings of the first film, I can't wait to see what they come up with. And of course, we could see more of the Zootropolis world with its incredible scenery and meet more animals and more characters. And finally, the other big sequel is a Pixar sequel for Toy Story 5. I'm really not sure how to feel about this. I will always say that Toy Story 4 was the biggest letdown ever. Toy Story 3 was the best ending to a trilogy, hands down. No other trilogy can ever beat it. It closed up the Toys journey with Andy, which is what the whole franchise had been about. Toy Story 4 really just felt unneeded, and then it was just so off in so many ways. I just really didn't like it whatsoever, but then it did end with Woody leaving the gang, so surely that's everything done with this franchise, and I'd kind of hoped so, because we started getting cool spin-offs like Lightyear, which I really liked. I know it flopped at the box office, which I suppose stopped any idea of like a Woody potential spin-off coming with the same idea, and if you want to see a video about that with a potential Woody spin-off, there'll be a link down below in the description, or you can go and click the card somewhere up there. But it's really desperate times for Disney and for Pixar, since Disney has decided to basically be very cruel to Pixar over the last few years. I mean, imagine if Soul had been released in cinemas instead of just on Disney+. But with that, what could Toy Story 5 be about? Well, I wouldn't be surprised if they took a similar route with Toy Story 3, with Bonnie being all grown up. But if it looked anything like they were copying Toy Story 3, it would look very bad. We could get all of the toys going off into the fairground like Woody, but that also seems like kind of a cop-out. They could just restart it and have a whole new bunch of toys without any of the originals. However, I think that would be possibly the worst idea ever. Either way, every film is all about the toys being lost, so I think it's safe to say that whatever is going to be going on in this film, it's going to be about being lost as well, and somehow the toys will find Woody and Bo Peep again. For me, personally, I think the best type of ending for Toy Story 5 would be if the toys just accepted their fate, where they all came together and kind of just walked off into the distance. I've always said that Toy Story 3's fire almost ending, whilst very dramatic, could have been a very interesting ending for the franchise as a whole. Maybe doing something similar but with a more positive ending could be a great idea. But out of all these announcements, Toy Story 5 is something I'm least excited about. Like, why not Incredibles 3? That could have been so amazing. Or, who knows, WALL-E 2? Well, where's WALL-E 2? But anyway guys, that's the end of this video. I hope you have enjoyed it. If you have, make sure that you smash that like button down below and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Guys, let me know down below in the comments, what do you guys think about these 3 sequel announcements? Which one are you most excited for? Frozen 3, Zootropolis 2, or Toy Story 5? And are you disappointed at all? Do you reckon that actually Disney should be focusing more on original stuff? Or do you reckon that some of the franchises that they really haven't given many sequels, they should focus on instead? Who knows, maybe like a Moana 2, Big Hero 6 2, like all of them, I think they would have deserved sequels just as much. But as always, we've been here on Get Your Theories. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later.